There's been a lot of collaboration that have happened between Tulsa Public Schools and the Oklahoma State Department of Education. Not only have we sat side by side on planning and looking at our data, working with our finance team, meeting on a bi-weekly basis to discuss our budget. We have a new CFO that we're excited about bringing into Tulsa Public Schools to continue to assist us with internal controls. In addition to that, you visited our campuses. We've walked into our classrooms together, and in Superintendent Walters' case, he's been in a classroom with some of our students, sharing information and teaching. And I just want to say to the entire board and to the Oklahoma State Department of Education team members who gave their time as we had the OTEP program, we're appreciative of team members coming in and seeing the hard work that happens in our classrooms each and every day by our teachers and our staff members. And I'll also say that we're going to continue to be very intentional about moving our students academically. It's imperative, it's critical, and we're up for the challenge and charge. Thank you, and we look forward to our continuous work. Thank you.
And Dr. Johnson, just in closing, I want to address a little bit further Board Member Archer's question there about the ESSER funds, because I had colleagues across the country that are very concerned about their largest districts. So Tulsa received the most funds here in the state. So it was a conversation I went over with them once in Tulsa. I asked them, and Dr. Johnson goes, funny you mention that. I've got a report here for you. And it was something that they were very intentional about. And frankly, it's a conversation we continue to have. When it's very exciting to walk in and make that announcement today about these funds. That was a result of many conversations with TPS about, to your point, so when some of these federal funds roll off, what do these programs look like? If we've got a limited amount of funds, can you give us the ROI on these funds? A lot of conversations back and forth. So I do want to let the board know they've been very intentional about that. Being the largest district in the state, it is absolutely, that's a concern. That was a concern from our perspective. I've been very pleased with the way they've allocated for that in the future. But I wanted you all to know, when we look at these decisions about, all right, how can we help them? How can we stand these up? These have been very in-depth conversations with the superintendent about what does it look like? What do we think we can get to? And you notice just the numbers that they come in with about they're already hitting these marks. And so, one of the things I wanted to point out was the intentionality with what they're doing when it comes to targeting the learners who need it most. In a district this size, one of my concerns always with summer school programs, are we moving the needle? Or are we kind of providing a program where the kids can come and, do some things? Are we moving the needle? Tulsa has been very, very good on this. They were this way throughout the school year, but they've been very much this way with their planning of their summer school programs. I've told you all before, you have to have small groups. It's got to be the same teachers, have to be well-trained teachers in order to take a student that's far behind and catch them up. They are so intentional about that, and it's hard to do. I mean, when you're talking about 7,000 kids enrolled in the program, there's a lot of intentionality that has to go around that. So we have been so thrilled with their plans around that. We've been so thrilled with the fact of the credit recovery. Again, as you all know, kids get behind in high school, and that graduation gets pushed back, and it looks like it's not going to happen. That's when you've got kids drop out. You've got kids that aren't excited about coming to school. So the intentionality of them standing up a program like this to really target, and you see the numbers of credit hours that they can or academic hours that they can recover that way, I think has been excellent. We're going to be talking to you all about some other partnerships with other districts across the state and similar programs, but I do want to point out Tulsa was first. That's a testament to Tulsa. That's a testament to Tulsa. Every time we reach out to districts and say, we're looking at this, we've seen success in other states on this. Tulsa's the first one to pick up the phone and call. Tulsa's been one of the first ones to say, we want to make it work. We've got some ideas. Again, I couldn't say enough about their leadership in making that happen. I got a call from a leader from another state. I mean, I won't mention the state, probably Texas, okay? And they're going, what's Tulsa doing? And they go, we're looking at the summer school. They've done it in the past, but this is going to be even bigger. We're looking at in the middle of the year, and Dr. Johnson, she kind of has a lot of humility in the way she talks about this. She came in the middle of the school year. So all of these things that this team stood up, these were stood up in the middle of a school year. So just to add to the success of these programs, they were very much building the plane while they were flying it. They were making sure that while things are moving, they're improving the process. And so I just want to tell you guys, very excited about your summer school programs. I'm very excited about the working relationship that we have with you guys, our entire team. They're great to work with. They're always coming up with new ideas, always problem solving. And so I couldn't reiterate more what Board Member Burdick said about I'm very excited that, yes, we want to see this dramatic increase in test scores, and I feel really confident we're going to see an improvement. But I'm also so proud they've built this out moving forward to set up really successful processes. So thank you again for being here with us today.
Thank you, Superintendent Walters, and thank you to the board. Thank you.